Bedtime Stories made for you by Diggy and George. The Treetop Twins follow a polar bear. The snow gleamed and dazzled as the sun glinted off the ice. The Treetop family have transformed their time machine into a snowmobile, and they have traveled not back in time, but far, far away to the Arctic. It was so cold that the wind nipped your nose like a bee sting. The Treetop family were looking for the largest land carnivore in the world, the magnificent polar bear. Tulip spotted a snowy owl. Asha spotted an Arctic fox. Alfie spotted an orca. But nobody had spotted any polar bears. Look, said Professor Penelope excitedly. There are bear prints in front of us. Professor Penelope bent down to measure the bear prints. Let's follow them, said Ted. He wandered on ahead, looking through his binoculars. Careful, Ted, warned Professor Pablo. Polar bears are wonderful animals, but they can be very dangerous. Ted stumped back cross. I can see there are no polar bears nearby. Polar bears have black skin, and their fur is not white. It is actually transparent, said Asha. In this snowy landscape, it looks white because it reflects the sunlight. You might find it hard to spot the polar bear. But suddenly, Ted did spot something. Out on the ice was a mother polar bear and her two little cubs. The mother was very still, watching a hole in the ice, hoping to catch a seal. Her cubs were playing nearby, sliding on their tummies in the snow. How exciting, said Professor Penelope. A mother and her cubs. One of the cubs ran off across the ice. The mother called out to it, but the cub did not listen. It ran and ran, and then suddenly there was a loud crack, followed by an even louder splash. The cub yelled and the ice gave way. It was plunged into the freezing cold water beneath. Oh no, said Professor Penelope, looking through her binoculars. That cub is very young. It may not know how to swim yet. Whatever should they do? The mother bear was frantic with worry. She ran over to the edge of the ice and called out to her baby. Her other cub was so scared. It climbed up onto its mother's back. Should we help the cub? Asked Asha. I don't think we can, said Professor Pablo. The mother is so frightened. She might attack us. Wait, said Professor Penelope. Look, I think Mom might be giving her cub its first swimming lesson. And it was true. While the baby polar bear splashed around, trying to reach the safety of the ice, the mother looked on and called out to her cub. And sure enough, the splashing soon began to look like swimming, and the swimming brought the cub to the edge of the ice. The baby polar bear pulled itself out of the water, shook itself off, and wanted to join its mother. They nuzzled each other lovingly. Then the cub and its mother and sibling all wandered off together across the ice. Who? Panted Professor Penelope as the Treetop family watched the polar bears disappear. I'm glad none of you took a plunge into that icy water. Just watching that cub just made me feel cold. Let's go home. And they all went back to their cozy ice house for dinner. Nighttime in the Arctic. Back at the ice house, the professors made notes about polar bear populations and habitats. Because human children are not so very different from bear cubs. And polar bear parents are just like our parents, said Ted as he got into bed. Sometimes they fuss at us, but it is only because they want us to be safe. Yes, and they want you to go to sleep too, said Professor Penelope as she turned out the light. I bet those tired baby polar bears are fast asleep already.